Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So the Quran interpreted by A.J. Arbery. Al-Hijr, the Rocky track. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate, Aleph, Lam, Ra. Those are the signs of the book and of a manifest Quran. Perchance the unbelievers will wish that they had surrendered. Leave them to eat and to take their joy, and to be mused by hope. Certainly they will soon know. Never a city have we destroyed, but it had a known decree, and no nation outstrips its term, nor do they put it back. And they say, Thou, upon whom the remembrance is sent down, thou art assuredly possessed. Why dost thou not bring the angels unto us, if thou speakest truly? If they don't have the spiritual awareness, what sense does it make for them to see the light beings, the unfallen of God? And if they don't believe, it won't be a good thing for them. It is we who have sent down the reminder, and we watch over it indeed. We sent messengers before thee among the factions of the ancients, and not a single messenger came to them, but they mocked at him. Even so we cause it to enter into the hearts of the sinners. They believe not in it, though the want of the ancients is already gone. Though we opened to them a gate in the heaven, and still they mounted through it, yet would they say, Our eyes have been dazzled. Nay, we are people bewitched. We have set in heaven constellations, and deck them out fair to the beholders, and guarded them from every accursed Satan, excepting such as listens by stealth. And he is pursued by a manifest flame, and the earth we stretched it forth, and cast on it firm mountains, and we caused to grow therein of everything justly weighed, and there appointed for you livelihood, and for those you provided not for, naught is there, but its treasures are with us, and we sent it not down, but in a known measure, and we loose the winds fertilizing, and we send down out of heaven water, then we give it to you to drink, and you are not its treasurers. It is we who give life and make to die, and it is we who are the inheritors. We know the ones of you who press forward, and we know the laggards, and it is thy Lord shall muster them, and he is all-wise, all-knowing. Surely we created man of clay, of mud molded, of black clay. Is that the phrase here? And the jinn we created before of fire flaming. And when thy Lord said to the angels, See, I am creating a mortal out of clay, of mud molded, when I have shaped him and breathed my spirit in him, fall you down, bowing before him. And just like we face direction or something like that, we're not worshiping what's in that direction. But nowadays, one only bows, one only prostrates for God. Then the angels bowed themselves together, all together, save Iblis. He refused to be among those bowing. And remember the linguistic thing going on there, that when you talk to a group of people that's mostly one group, you'd say, all of you baseball fans. And then you'd say, except this guy. That's the way, but he wasn't a baseball fan. It doesn't mean, it's just the way they speak. In the Arabic language, and in some cases English too. Said he, What ails thee, Iblis, that thou art not among those bowing? Said he, I would never bow myself before a mortal, whom thou hast created of a clay of mud molded. He said, Why? Said he, Then go thou forth hence, thou art accursed, upon thee shall rest the curse, till the day of doom. Said he, My Lord, respite me till the day they shall be raised. Said he, thou art among the ones that are respited unto the day of a known time. Said he, my lord, for thy perverting me, I shall deck all fair to them in the earth, and I shall pervert them altogether, excepting those thy servants among them that are devoted. Said he, this is for me a straight path over my servants. Thou shalt have no authority except those that follow thee, being perverse. Gehenna shall be their promised land altogether. Hell. 7 gates it has, and unto each gate a set portion of them belongs. But the God-fearing shall be amidst gardens and fountains. Enter you them in peace and security. We shall strip away all rancor that is in their breasts. As brothers, they shall be upon the couches set face to face. No fatigue shall there smite them, neither shall they ever be driven forth from there. Tell my servants I am the all-forgiving, the all-compassionate, and that my chastisement is the painful chastisement. So the old ones, the jinn, predate the humans, and they have respite, so they're like immortals, but even the demons among them have only as much authority as people give them. If I'm going to psychosomatically harm myself, it's going to be because I gave authority to that. If I'm going to make a decision because of the influence of a being, then that is because I gave authority to that. And, in the case of you, if that's what's going on, I am the tell my servants, I am the all-forgiving, the all-compassionate, and that my chastisement is the painful chastisement. So, when talking about these negative things, it's not left by itself. There's a way out. There's a way to prevent. There's, And tell them of the guest of Abraham when they entered unto him, saying, Peace. He said, Behold, we are afraid of you. They said, Be not afraid. Behold, we give thee good tidings of a cunning boy. He said, What? Do you give me good tidings, though old age has smitten me? Of what do you give me good tidings? They said, We give thee good tidings of truth. Be not of those that despair. He said, And who despairs of the mercy of his Lord, excepting those that are astray? He said, And what is your business, envoys? They said, We have been sent unto a people of sinners, excepting the folk of Lot. Them we shall deliver altogether, excepting his wife. We have decreed, she shall surely be of those that tarry. So when the envoys came to the folk of Lot, he said, Surely you are a people unknown to me. And they said, Nay, but we have brought thee that concerning which they were doubting. We have come to thee with the truth, and assuredly we speak truly. So set forth thou with thy family, and a watch of the night, and follow after the backs of them, and let not any one of you turn round, and depart unto the place you are commanded. And we decreed for him that the commandment, that the last remnant of those should be cut off in the morning. And the people of the city came rejoicing. He said, These are my guests. Put me not to shame, and fear God, and do not degrade me. And they said, Have we not forbidden thee all beings? He said, These are my daughters, if you would be doing by thy life. They wandered blindly in their dazzlement, and the cry seized them at the sunrise, and we turned it uppermost, nethermost, and rained on its stones of baked clay. Surely in that are signs for such as mark. Surely it is on a way yet remaining. Surely in that is a sign for the believers. And, I have good daughters. Anybody's going to be good. It wasn't that, you want to rape? Here's my daughters to rape. There are people who believe that, but it doesn't say that here. But it's sort of implied elsewhere. Surely in that are signs for such as mark. Surely It is on a way, yet remaining. Surely, and that is a sign for believers. Certainly the dwellers in the thicket were evildoers, and we took vengeance on them. The two of them were upon a roadway manifest. The dwellers in El-Hedger cried lies to them boys. We brought them our signs, and they turned away from them. They were hewing the mountains into houses, their indwelling securely, and the cry seized them in the morning that they earned did not avail them. And people thought, oh, we executed the graveyard, the graves, or the places with dead bodies first, so the whole thing was a graveyard. That's why they don't live there. No. Something happened. People remember that the people left, survived, and they were told to leave, and they trusted it and said, we're not going back, except, going through quickly. But it turns out, after more excavation, yes, these were homes. It wasn't just some graveyard or something. And the cry seized them in the morning, and that they earned did not avail them. We created not the heavens and the earth, and all that is between them, save in truth. Surely the hour's coming, so pardon thou with a gracious pardoning. Surely thy Lord is the all-creator, the all-knowing, and we have given thee 7 of the oft-repeated, and the mighty Quran. The first verses that people say Amin to in the prayer. Stretch not thine eyes to that, we have given pairs of them to enjoy, and do not sorrow for them, and lower thy wing unto the believers, and say, surely I am the manifest warner, so we send it down to the partitioners, who have broken Al-Quran into fragments. Now by thy Lord we shall surely question them altogether, concerning that they were doing, so shout that thou art commanded. You don't have to yell at people. So proclaim what you were commanded. And turn thou away from the idolaters. Disassociators, it goes beyond that. We suffice thee against the mockers, even against those who set up with God another God. Certainly they will soon know, we know indeed, thy breast is straitened by the things they say. Proclaim God's praise, and be of those that bow and serve God until the certain comes to thee. So, the certainty of death, and something about people dying. But how many verses does chapter 15 have? It's, I believe, there's an important number here. 99, yes. Because those 4 lists of 99 that Muhammad taught equal 101. But worship your Lord until the very end. So it's representing in that way, that principle. But as long as you're alive, none of this, I've reached a station, and that's it, I don't have to do any more. Some people think, oh, I've had spiritual realization, so I stop. You're not going to get more spiritual realization if you're like that. But we all get the tests that we need, right? Or that we can handle. So keep continuing, keep accomplishing.